Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. It's been a couple of weeks since I last made a video. My last video was about the RS6. That was a lot of fun to drive, but I think the video could have been a bit better. You know, you live and you learn. So I'm back in my car today. I'm very happy to be back in my car because I haven't been able to drive it much over the past few weeks, and I'll tell you why. So on the 30th of March, and to give that some context, it's the 21st of April today. On the 30th of March, I was driving towards London, everything was going well, and then a brick fell off of a truck and smashed straight into my windscreen. At first, it was a really small crack, like a coin size, like a small coin size crack, and I was like, oh, thank fuck, you know, no big deal. And then I carried on driving toward London, hit some more bumps, and the crack just got bigger and bigger, like it spread out. And it's still not huge, but it eventually stopped, but there was a hairline crack that just kept growing every pothole that I hit, and the roads around here are really bumpy, as I've said before, so the crack just kept growing. New windscreen yesterday, finally. Happy to be back in my car. I'm sure people judge you when they see you driving a car with a cracked windscreen. I don't know why, but I think people look at you like you can't afford to replace the windscreen. And you might be thinking the same. Why has it taken me nearly 3 weeks to get it fixed? And it would be a good question, and I'm going to give you the answer. On the 30th of March, I called my insurance. They put me through to Auto Glass. Auto Glass, very helpful. They made an appointment for me on the following Tuesday. So if I'm right, I think the 30th was a Thursday. It's just over the weekend, no big deal. Car went in the garage, it was fine. On Tuesday, no one turned up. So I called Auto Glass to find out where the guy was, what time was he coming, etc. They cancelled the appointment on the day because they couldn't find the glass. Quite annoying, but I thought, you know, shit happens. No big deal. So they made me another appointment for the Friday of that week. Friday comes, no one comes. I call Auto Glass again to say, where the fuck is the dude? And they cancel the appointment again for the same reason. And the reason is they couldn't find the glass. So I called Audi directly. Asked them how many windscreens they had in stock. They told me 17. They told me if Auto Glass orders the glass from Audi, 2 to 3 days it will be with them. Now I'm sure there are processes that maybe these companies follow that I'm not aware of. But Auto Glass called me on the Friday. A customer service representative called me on the Friday, apologised for the 2 cancelled appointments and told me they would come back to me by the end of that day, so Friday, with a plan. I was like, no biggie. No one calls me. I thought, okay, it's Friday, the weekend, we'll let it go. Let it go until Monday. No one called me on Monday, so on Tuesday I called my insurance company again, told them what had happened, and they told me to go to Audi directly, pay for it, which I did, and then get refunded, which I'm going to. Quite annoying, but glad I have a new windscreen. Also glad it's an Audi windscreen because I'm quite sure that the reason Auto Glass was struggling to find a replacement is because they don't use Audi glass. I'm not saying it's a cheaper alternative or anything like that, but maybe they just have their own manufacturer they use instead. Who knows? But they weren't very helpful, so Audi did it instead. It was a lot more expensive, but thankfully I'm getting refunded. The replacement was £540 and 41p, in case you were wondering. But as I said, happy to have the new windscreen, happy to be back in my own car. Whilst my car was off the road, for lack of a better term, the 2-year anniversary passed. So 2 years, just over 35,000 miles in this car now, so averaging around 17,500 each year. And it got me thinking about the previous videos I'd made about this car, because my most popular video is the what I hate about this car video. It also has the most comments, and I watched it again and I thought, okay, yeah, I can see why people maybe thought I was a little negative about the car, because reflecting on all of the positives, I actually really like this car. There's not really much I can complain about at all. You hear horror stories of what people go through with car ownership, especially after 2 years or 2 years, you know, thereabouts. And I haven't really had any of that. I've had a few things. I needed to replace all 4 tyres. It's no big deal. The start-stop switch went for some reason, so Audi had to replace that for me. The windscreen, of course, and that's about it. So actually, I've done quite well to not have anything more extensive go wrong. And I really do like this car. Every time I get back into the car, I like it. I have a few ongoing kind of niggles with the car, the driving position, which I don't think is necessarily a negative reflection of the car. It's more so because I'm so tall. Maybe I'm just a bit big for the car, and I'm not a giant, but I'm 6'1", and it feels sometimes like I'm getting into a Mini Cooper, even with the seat all the way back. But, you know, these things are just, they're not big deal. They're not big deals, you know. They wouldn't put you off necessarily buying a car, but it will be strange when this goes later in the year when I get a replacement. I am, you know, I guess a little worried that maybe the replacement I go for is not going to live up to the hype of this car, but who knows. So aside from the car drama, I don't really have much to talk about through 2 years of ownership. All I can say is that these are great cars. They drive great, they sound great, they're very comfortable, as long as you're under 6 foot. For long journeys, the fuel consumption is not great, but not terrible. If you're driving around town, who cares? You're not really paying attention to fuel consumption. They look great. I still stand by my statement, which is I prefer the way this shape looks to the facelift. The reason I say that is because I don't think the facelift looks mean enough. It looks a bit too round and cute. This looks a bit more aggressive, in my opinion. Yeah, all good for this car. It'll be sad when it goes. So another big update is that this week, or yesterday to be precise, on the 20th of April, our baby was due. She's decided she's not feeling it. She doesn't want to come yet. Maybe it's the weather, who knows? But she's holding out. She's holding out. Now I'm going to say she gets that from her mum, because her mum's late to everything. If I wasn't there, she'd be late to everything. So clearly she's got that from her. We're hoping that she's going to arrive over the weekend. I've got the baby on board sign in the back of my rear window already. I haven't practiced the car seat yet, which I need to do, but we feel ready. We've done everything right. We got a bigger house, her bedroom is ready. We've got a Moses basket, etc. We feel prepared. We're ready for this. We just need her to come now. And like I said, hopefully that'll be over the weekend. Very excited to be a parent. I think it's going to add a completely new challenge or chapter to life for me and for Courtney as well. It'll be interesting to adjust, but not overanalyze it like that. When I said that, it sounds like I'm going to overanalyze it. I don't want to do that. I just want to go with the flow and be the best parent that I can be. My next video is going to be very exciting. I'm hoping to share that in the next couple of days, probably next week though, because I'm always late, so do bear with me. Thank you to everyone who is subscribing to my channel, and thank you to everybody who is watching my videos, liking them and commenting on them. It does mean a lot. It's just nice to get that little nudge of confidence, that little snippet of feedback from all of you. Tell me what you think about this video. Tell me what you think about the new angle. Is it working? Let me just zoom out. Tell me what you think of the surroundings. There are a couple of horses right there, kind of out of shot, just over here, looking right at me. They are definitely ready for some beef. So I want to get out of here. Until the next video, thank you very much for watching. If you've got this far, have a great weekend and a great day. That didn't make no sense, but let's go with it. Peace.